Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is WWD Deadman, but you already know that. And as I said, we're going to do the last one of the boosters here together again. So, decouple. As I said last time, the fairing slash shroud that's here, we're going to assume that stays attached to this instead and lands with it, because it's not persistent anyway. Like all shrouds around engines aren't persistent. So, yeah. Then I'm going to F5 just in case of stupid stuff happening. Then we're gonna get away from the ship a little bit. And then we're gonna make sure that we're gonna turn around. We're gonna shoot past our ship, apparently. Wrong direction. And we are officially entering the atmosphere. As you see, we have plenty of fuel left. Some of this is going to be used to soften the landing on the water, which we're probably going to have to do. Unless for once we actually manage to land on land, but I doubt it. And of course, also upon starting to get hot here, we wanna... Oh hey, we're actually landing on land. That's useful, actually. We wanna slow down a bit. Before we hit the thicker part, we also want to slow down a bit again. Because otherwise we're gonna start getting hot, like that. So we basically go ahead and slow it down to about 1,000 meters a second. And the rest is gonna be lost to the atmospheric drag. I'm gonna turn off the SAS for now, because we don't really need it. And since our speed is constantly decreasing, I think it is fine to trigger our chutes. I'm pretty sure we're gonna fall over a little bit, but it should be fine. And we should not take any significant damage from falling over. I'm going to undeploy the air brakes. Wait. Not a good idea. Good. Air brakes actually help a lot, apparently. So I'm just going to go ahead and undeploy these if we start falling over. Because I guess if I do that now... that doesn't matter. The difference between 11.9 and 12 meters per second is not very high. Okay. And we have plenty of fuel to make this slow down. And then we fall over with the chutes, and then we can recover vessel. Of course, that was easier in the water, where I just recovered the vessel as soon as it splashed down and stood up. But yeah. No problems with any of these. Good. That means we have our relay deployer in orbit. All of the parts that detached from that were landed successfully and recovered. So all we really need to do now is design our new lander for Dres. For which I am also going to go ahead and have a look how much Delta V that thing actually needs, because well, it needs to be able to land from low orbit and then go back into a low orbit. So let's see. If we go to the Delta V map really quickly. And we go from Dres surface to low orbit. Then that's 470 meters per second. And low orbit to surface is also 470. So we'd need around 2 times 470. So 940. So if the entire lander has about 1,000 meters a second, we're fine. Now let's see. We're just going to use this. Deassign and everybody for now. So Val and Samson, where were you? Log. Orbit around Kerbal 2 times. Plant flag on the moon. Orbit around the sun. Orbit around Duna. And plant flag on Ike. Okay, so... And you planted a flag on the moon. This orbit around the sun, plant flag on Ike. Bill and Jab... Bob and Jab were the ones to plant a flag on Duna. So you were in orbit around Minmus and planted a flag on Minmus and planted a flag on Duna. So you both you went to Ike. That was the last one, so I guess Bob and Jeb go to Dres. And since there is a spot open in this command module, Bill, our engineer, is going to go with us. Now, let's see. Obviously, that's gonna need, like... I just want to make sure this has enough torque. So we put a big reaction wheel on that. Then I want to go ahead and say we put the RCS tank. That's a fuel tank. I want an RCS tank in... Yeah, this. That's the wrong size. Yeah, that's the right size. Because obviously these guys will need to dock back to the ship that takes them, right? So basically I want a docking port on top of that. And just to be sure that we have absolutely no problem whatsoever, we're going to take the biggest docking port, coupling, the biggest docking port we have. We have the Clampatron Senior, which is this size. We also have the Clampatron Docking Port Grande, which is even bigger. So this is a very big docking port, and I don't think that this is a reasonable size. Because, you know, whatever we do with this lander, we might as well land it with this docking port facing the front, like with a heat shield attached or something. Also, I guess this thing is like incredibly heavy, right? 0.45 tons, while this has 0.2 tons. Yeah, that's like literally twice the amount. And we really don't need that. Okay, I think this should be fine. We're just going to do 4 struts from here to here. Everything should be working with that. Then of course this will need science equipment. First and foremost, I mean we have an engineer on port, so we don't need the Kerbal engineer. So that's good. We don't need that. We're going to have the 2 hot thermometer. I'm going to put these... I kind of want to put these into a bay. Like payload... No, the other service bay. I kind of want to. Like... Okay. Open that thing. Like, I don't know, the thermometer always seems weird when I put it in here. But yeah, we have enough room in there for like 2 of these. That's not what I want though, that's the mystery goo. We have enough room for 1 of these, which is like really good. So we're just gonna put one of the materials base. Barometers. Yeah, like the scientists will have to go out and take the stuff in anyway, so I'm just gonna do this. Mystery goo. Can go here. And a seismic accelerometer right here. So we have all of the stuff with us eventually. We don't need that. Experimental storage is also not something we need right now. The mobile processing lab is not something we need. We have a barometer and those are the same. So yeah, we have all the science on board. What I might want to do for balance sake is 2 of the goo canisters. And I don't know which side the frickin' which end this attached to, so I'm going to, just to make sure that this has an attachment to either side, I'm going to do this. And then we kind of need energy, right? So batteries. Should be fine. For the most part, that's all we need. So close that. Add like 3 of these around here. And then we need RCS ports. Obviously 4 on each side. 1, yeah, that is fine. Currently this has a center of mass that's further forward than this, but of course the entire lander part of it is also gonna come in, so we should eventually end up with something that's evenly distributed. Just for the launch itself, I'd like to put a fairing around this part. So basically this. This is going to be the Dres lander. Do you have any? No, you don't. How much monoprop is in there? 120 plus 30. I think that should be fine. Like, if nothing else, we can still add some more, but yeah, that should be fine. Now, under that, we need the actual lander with about 1,000 delta V. So I'm probably gonna over-engineer this, right? So Not the really, really long one. Let's take these. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Just to see how much Delta V this currently has if I go for something that's... I really need this on Dres for the... thrust to weight. If, for instance, I'd go with a Wolfhound, I have 3000 Delta V on that, and I have a 12.16 thrust to weight. Holy fuck. Okay, Dres is really tiny, so that's fine. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with this. I mean, there's probably a better lander engine than that somewhere. I mean, the Skipper is definitely not that. Lander engine, maybe the Poodle. That's only 8.5. That's a lot more handleable for a lander, and we have still 3000 Delta V, so I think that's fine. Let's just see what kind of landing legs we want on that. Like, oops. Yeah, so that's not what we want. That's already the smaller one, isn't it? Excuse me? Yeah, those are a little bit too tiny. Those don't work unless we use these. Which is... Wait, this might actually... Does this work on this? Yeah. Ooh. How about that? Because obviously that's the new Glen. Landing legs, but I see that as a very, very nice way of doing this. I'm just not very sure about where to put it. Because if I put that here, are the legs gonna reach the ground? Not really. Because, yeah. How about this? Start retracted. Disable the shroud, and then we should be able to add the decoupler. Because obviously I'm going to send this up and then the ship that takes it over and back. Because easier, I guess. Coupling. I mean, that's the size for that, but let's go with the bigger one. That's a stack separator. And let's go with this. And just... I mean, I guess I can always... adjust. Are you stupid? Like, are you literally stupid? Are you literally stupid? This should work. Should really. So under that, we just need something that gets us to... orbit. Which of course means we need Kerbin. And under that, the launch vehicle for this. Which is not gonna be too crazy, I guess. First of all, I need a thing that can control this, I guess. I really want the frickin' flat control modules, because these are garbage. But I guess I'm just gonna put a hex here. Or, to be fair, I don't know if I want the hex right in there. How about instead we make sure that this has enough energy. That's the wrong one. That's also the wrong one. Why do I not have an in-between for that? That's stupid. Okay. We're gonna go with the glitchy version of doing that again, because obviously we don't get to use anything actually good. If I was to just put a frickin' mainsail under that, that's 1,000 delta V. That's nothing. How about that? That's 3,400 delta V and 1.09 off the pad, which is like literally 1.0 of the pad in atmosphere. And how about instead we do like, we really don't need anything fancy here. Can you attach to the actual thing? Thank you. Would make it also easier for me to so that's 4,000 delta V. The rest I can easily do with the lander engine, because there's no way I need to conserve any fuel on that. Also make sure that the thruster blocks for here. So that's the leg, so how about we put them here? How about... just really want to see if that works. Yeah, that works. Should work. Thanks. Like this, and like this. And just in case we actually land this on land, it's gonna get landing legs. Nice. Just in case they actually land on the land. Then of course this needs as I said, some of this. Frickin' hex core. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh yeah, what this should also have, so I can actually turn it. Good. Also means I can set this down to here, because that actually fits in there quite nicely. And I mean, theoretically I should be able to fit this in here as well. Makes sense, right? Good. I'd say we need obviously chutes and obviously some aerodynamics, because without air brakes this isn't going to go anywhere. Fine. Good. Guess I'm gonna go with... Excuse me? Something like this. And some air brakes are already on there, so all we really need is chutes. So 2 of these on either of these. Not 100% sure that that's enough. Something like that. Should go fine. Obviously, the engines go first. This goes later. No, this goes immediately afterwards. Yeah. This goes later. These activate right away. I'm pretty sure I'll be out of atmosphere before I start the thing. And this is easily done with 2 sides. And then we should be able to do this. And land this. Oops. And land this entire thing back afterwards. This goes here, obviously. This actually looks way too much like an actual rocket. Save. Now, we basically need a space truck 3. That gets this over to Dres and back. Now, what does it take to go to Dres? Like 4,000? Wait, I had that before. Like, let's see. From Kerbal low orbit to Dres low orbit is 3,140. So we need like 6,280 because we need to go back as well. Even though everything's gonna be lighter by then, but still. So yeah, that can stay here for now. Just make sure that the crew is correct when we actually launch. So where have you been? Orbit around Kerbal. That's all? Anyway. Then we need a new ship, which is gonna be the Space Truck 3. Basically, I'll go ahead and say, let's take a hex. Let's take some batteries. These are fucking humongous. I don't even have the fucking... Like, I don't have that size tanks, do I? Like, that's not it. Those are too small. Those are the same size. Those are way smaller. Like, that's the orange tanks. Those are the intermediates. Those are the really small ones. So, yeah, I really don't have the size that this wants. So I can't really use that battery, which is a little bit stupid. Like, unless I... No, that's that size as well. Either way, let's make sure that this gets the correct stuff. Battery. Gonna do the same clipping that we did before. What the heck? Okay. Now this definitely needs an engineer, because I want every possible bit of data that I can get on this. Just put that on here. And then coupling Clampetron Senior. Yeah. Now obviously this needs frickin' fairing as well for the ascent, so payload. Okay. Thank you. Good. And under that, I really don't see any other thing that I could do. That is a really good look. Let's use the nerve. Like, that's 8,000 delta V on that by itself. So give me a nice engine plate. Wrong size. Give me like... Excuse me? Why do you only want single? Like, I mean, I can just do this. Long is actually fine for you, right? Yeah. That's 5,000 delta V. Suddenly. These don't really fit that. Do we have nose cones with RCS in it? Those are the only RCS tanks, right? It's a little bit stupid. I guess I'll have to use a fairing. Like, wrong thing. I'll make my own RCS fairings, RCS nose cone, so to say. The lag! Build fairing. And those aren't staged. Should be fine. That's 5,400 delta V. What did I say? I need 4,000 for one way, right? Oh God. How is this only 5,000 delta V? Honestly. As much as I like the design here, I'm willing to trash that and use like pure liquid fuel fuselages. I mean, theoretically, if I use these, can I? Aha! I'll use that as a tricoupler. Oh wait, I can use a tricoupler. Never mind. I have tricouplers, right? That's in the structural. I have a quad adapter. That should easily be fine. Now if I attach 4 of the nerves on that, that's 9,000. That's a lot better. That's easily enough. I'll just make sure that these don't wobble no matter what. Okay. Now the thing is, I can't really have any like anything under that to shoot that up, right? So I'll have to use the side boosters to shoot that up. But that shouldn't be the problem. Either way, this is going on way too long already. I'm gonna stop this episode here and say I'll see you for the next one for the finishing of this build. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWDadmin. Bye.